Yeah, guys, this will be a Bigfoot, a bear. Probably gonna shut this light off so people don't, or the ghosts don't know I'm here. We're only gonna be out here for a few minutes. I'm not gonna go to the back. That's a forest. I'm not gonna say where I'm at for safety concerns, but yeah, we're just out here in the middle of nowhere. As soon as I walked into the cemetery, the hairs in the back of my neck stood right up like something is watching me. But the way I am, I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'm gonna walk through here, get this mission complete, then I'm gonna keep going, and that's gonna be it. Got bit by some mosquitoes earlier. I'm not gonna tell anybody where I'm at for safety concerns. But yeah, I did a 2-mile swim earlier, 2-3 mile walk and run, rode the bike a little bit, uploaded some YouTube videos. Now we're trying to keep the mosquitoes off. We got one person watching here. Oh wow. But yeah, this cemetery, you can come in at night. It's open, so I verified that before I come in here. For any of you who may be wondering, like I said, I'm not going to say where I'm at. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to walk through here, and after that, get out of here, and that'll be it. I just see movement back there in the woods. I don't want to turn the light on, so gotta stay low profile here. Yeah, there's a light way back there. You see that? There's some kind of light. There's something back there. We got one person watching. But yeah, do not attempt to recreate or reenact anything I do. I am a trained professional in between my swimming and walking in these cemeteries at night. This is very dangerous. I do not want anybody else doing what I'm doing. Oh, hi, Tom. What's up? Wow, you're from Great Britain? Oh, we got 6 people here. Sweet. I got a question for everybody. Where's everybody watching from? Drop a comment in the section below. I'll turn the light on real quick so you can see the cemetery. You can see, but after that, I really do need to shut the light off for, safety concerns. It's better to stay dark because if anything is lurking around, they'll see the light, and whatever could be lurking around, they may get curious and come to me. So we don't want that. We want to keep low and not be talking too much here. Oh wow, we got 24 people here. Oh hi, what's up? Let's see the tombstones. Wow, these are old. They're unmarked. Gosh, these are old. Hi everybody. 12 people here now. But yeah, I'm not gonna read any tombstones because if I do that, I could give my location away. So it's better just to walk and look, and if we see a ghost, then we see a ghost. But yeah, never walk on the tombstones, just walk around them and look. But yeah, I will give you guys one hint. I'm in the middle of the forest, like 30 miles, 40 miles from the nearest town. I had to walk for a couple hours to get here. But yeah, so far the hairs in the back of my neck stood up one time, but other than that, nothing else. Maybe we'll see a ghost, a Bigfoot, maybe a El Chupacabra will jump out in front of me. We got 12 people here. I guess we'll walk to the other side then. Then that'll be it. We'll get back out there on the highway and start running, and I guess I'll leave the camera on for that. Think that we're in the cemetery at night. I just heard a noise. I just heard a noise. There is something behind me. Okay, the hairs in the back of my neck are standing up. I had walked this area earlier, and when I walked this area earlier, the hairs in the back of my neck stood up. So there's some kind of energy right here. Whew. Okay, yeah, I definitely feel some energy. Like literally the hairs in the back of my neck are literally standing up, and I'm not exaggerating that, but we're gonna keep walking. We're on a mission. We ain't turning back. Why do we not have more? Okay, here we go. We got 23 people now. What you doing, bro? I'm walking in a cemetery at night. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing what's called making myself braver, tougher, putting myself into an uncomfortable situation. That's the problem with society these days. You live in a bubble. You live in fear. In order to get better, you have to get out of your bubble. You have to get out of your comfort zone. And yes, you don't want to do nothing too dangerous, but still you gotta, life is short and you gotta do other things to, make yourself better. I know it's a little bit of ranting right there, but only pointing out some facts. And like I said, my vehicle is nowhere near me. I've been walking for hours and don't care. I told myself I'm not bringing no water with. I didn't tell nobody where I was going. We're just going to walk in the cemetery and that's going to be it. If we see something good, we don't see something, oh well, we're going to keep walking. Maybe we'll see a ghost or something. Okay, the hairs on the back of my neck just stood up again right in this area. So that's 3 times now. But what I'll do is I'll walk back across this area again. And if it happens again, then I'll know there's energy right there. Love you. Stand on me. Said hi. Okay. Just we'll walk back here and then we'll get back on the highway and probably get back about 1 in the morning. God, look at all the trash dumped over the freaking fence. Freaking pigs. I cannot stand pigs. I was doing a run down a beach today and there's just trash everywhere. People think, please, put your garbage in recycling where it belongs. Don't be a litter bug. Don't be throwing your trash in the ground. Think of it like this. When you throw trash in the ground, it decomposes. The chemicals, the materials break down. When it rains, it seeps into the water supply. So our water is being contaminated. And that's probably one of the reasons why, we get cancer and all these other things that ends up killing us. And it's sad that, the government is allowing this. We got 3 people here. So far, other than the hairs in the back of my neck standing up 3 times, nothing. But we're going to walk up here and turn around, and that's going to be it. We'll be out of here and back on the highway walking. Probably won't get home until, 5 in the morning. Sleep probably 4 or 5 hours and wake up and do it all over again. No dumping, people. You see that? No dumping. And people still do it. The cemetery is humongous. It looks to be about 4, maybe 5 acres. Maybe a little less, give or take. We got 4 thumbs up. Everybody here needs to hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I upload videos daily, or at least try to anyways. Yeah, so 3 people have commented and that's it. Have any of you guys ever walked in a cemetery in the middle of the night? Have you ever had an encounter with a Bigfoot? Let me know in the comment section. Come on, let me see a ghost. Yes, the hairs in the back of my neck have stood up, but I want to see more. If there's any spirits out here, please show yourself. Yep, I'm walking back across the same spot I was at a little bit ago, and the hairs in the back of my neck I walked across the spot twice. I felt the hairs, and I don't know if you could tell, but my tone of voice, changed. That tells me there was something right there. Okay, we're going to keep walking. Then Karen's been after you. Yeah, the Karens are freaking out of control. I was over in Panama City Beach the other day doing a swim, and they called 911. Then the lifeguard comes out there going, "Oh, you have to grab the jet ski. You have to come back to shore. You're out too far. You have to have a flotation device." I don't have to do anything. I'm minding my own business. Been doing the same thing for 15 years. And I get tired of being bugged and harassed all the time. I wish somehow my videos would start going viral so the whole world knows about my swimming, and maybe people would start being positive and supportive and going, "Oh my gosh, what that guy's doing is cool." I get so tired of all the hate, all the negativity. And then you got these people that come out there on paddleboards. "Oh, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay?" "I'm fine, I'm swimming." I was out there this one day, and a man Karen on a kayak comes out there chasing me, and the lifeguards came out there. They already knew I was out there, and the lifeguards literally had to tell them, "Hey, he's fine. Leave him alone." "No, well, he's out too far. He's gonna get bitten by a shark." I'm aware of, sharks are out there. I see them quite often, but, I have respect for them. They have respect for me. And just the other day, I was at Okaloosa Island swimming, and a 5-foot-long bull shark swam right past me. I wish I would have been able to, turn the camera on, but it happened so quick, so I wasn't able to film it. But, I see them all the time, and I get why do is dangerous. But, it's my life. If something happens to me, it's my problem. It's nobody else's problem. I get tired of people getting in my business. I know I'm rambling, guys, but, it's just one of those things. And Karen's been after you. Yep. Yeah. But yeah, I was actually at a lake the other day. I'm not going to say where. You guys just have to wait for the video to come out. But this lady, I guess she lived on the other side of the lake. And I swim back across to the boat ramp where I was parked at. And this lady, gets out of her car and says, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then I guess one of her neighbors pulls up, and I said, "Karen, mind your own business. Go away." And then she says, "Oh, you did a good job." But she had that frantic look on her face like I was going to drown or something. I thought to myself, are people really that stupid these days? Like, this lake was probably maybe a tad bigger than an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Dang mosquitoes. Oh, keep biting me. And you don't even realize it until it's too late. But yeah, this lake was not even barely bigger than the size of an Olympic swimming pool. And still, it's like, good grief, it's like everywhere I go now. But luckily today I went to a beach and did about 2 miles swimming. Nobody said a word, so that was a plus. Oh my gosh, look at that. Somebody freaking hit that hard. Somebody was turning and their wheel hit it. God dang mosquitoes. Yeah, we gotta get going. I'm getting torn up by mosquitoes. We gotta get back to the hotel or the house, wherever I'm gonna go. But yeah, we'll stay alive here for, I don't know, 5 more minutes, and that'll be it. This mission was complete. We saw no ghost. The hairs in the back of my neck stood up, 3 times, and that was it. But yeah, once again, we're out here in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night, walking. I have no weapons on me, nothing to defend myself. But like I said, do not attempt to recreate or reenact anything I do. I am a trained professional. I have a temper in a split second. So if I have to defend myself, then, well, I should be able to, I hope. Yeah, we got 5 thumbs up and 1 person watching right now. Okay. Like I said, we'll stay live here for another 4 or 5, maybe 6 minutes, however long it will take for us to get back out to the main highway. Then I need to shut the camera off because I don't want anybody seeing, street signs and give myself, away where I'm at, just for privacy reasons. I know it doesn't really matter. We only have 1 person here, but still, I want to keep that a secret. We don't need anybody coming and following me. To develop itself, and there was nothing more than rain, and that was it. I saw convection. The thunderstorms were actually rotating, so the signs are there of development. But like I said, because it was closer to the shore, I knew that more than likely nothing would happen. But October 7th, we're going to see something really crazy happen. I've been saying that for months now. Let's see how accurate I am about that. But yeah, that snowstorm that we had back over the winter, I talked about that last year. I kept telling my mom, I think we're going to get a snowstorm this year. And sure enough, looking at records, that was the most snow ever in recorded history going back to 1851. We're over where I lived, that we ended up getting like 6-7 inches, something like that. Farther north got up to a foot of snow. But yeah, I actually studied that. What happened was a surge of moisture came up out of the Gulf of Mexico and collided with a super cold air mass, and because the timing was just right and the energy was there, that's why that happened. And it was just truly amazing. But yeah, Hurricane Michael, I projected that a couple of months in advance. But yeah, hurricane season's not over yet. I'm telling you right now, something very big is going to be happening here soon. I know it. I've been seeing the signs, and that's one of the reasons why the summer has been quiet so long, because, you know, it's the calm before the storm. Yes, the East Coast, you know, got hit with them, you know, a couple of hurricanes, and then over there by Mexico, they had a couple systems, you know, go up the coast, and Hawaii managed to dodge a bullet, knock on wood. But like I said, hurricane season's not over yet. It was crazy how we went through about 3-4 week period of no rain. I mean, that was just insane. We went into a drought, and I saw places dry up that I've never seen dry before, you know, living in Florida my whole life. Rivers, creeks dry up, little ponds dried up, and it's like places, like I said, I've never seen dry before, but they were dry. And sure enough, we got all this rain at one time. So you know what that means? The calm before the storm. If we go through a long drought, whenever the rain comes, it comes in force. Just remember that. You got 5 thumbs up. Then Karen. Okay, no more comments. I got some questions for everybody watching here. What's the scariest thing you guys have ever seen? Have you ever had any strange encounters of any sorts? Look at these burnout marks. Somebody was tearing up the road. I bet you it was probably Dean Smith driving his 1964 Cutlass up the road. They didn't even make Cutlass back then. That was just a joke. But yeah, I like walking in the forest in the middle of the night. They say the forest is dangerous at night, but I'm okay. I don't see any Bigfoots or El Chupacabras or anything to be too concerned. And if you look at the sand on the side of the road, you don't see any footprints. So that really tells me that there's not really much, lurking around out here. You see some tire tracks where people pull off the road and done burnouts. We got 4 people here. But yeah, we're almost back at the highway. But like I said, I gotta get off this camera here in a little bit so I can start running. Been walking for quite a while, but now I got probably 20-mile run ahead of me, or something like that. I don't know. It's a long ways. Yeah, can you believe I'm carrying a 400-pound fat person on my back right now? Oh, I'm just kidding. That's just a joke. Oh gosh. Okay, I gotta cut back with the protein. Yep, we're getting back on the highway here. Mosquitoes are definitely attacking me. I'm gonna shut this light off so I'm not too visible. Don't want to be seen here. See some cars up ahead. They're coming towards me, but that's okay. I think they're pulling into the hotel nearby. But yeah, once again, we explored a cemetery in the middle of the night. So we did it. We've been there. We've done that. And everybody watching came along with me. And of course, the hairs in the back of my neck stood up. Other than that, didn't see anything. But I get it. By doing things that are real are dangerous, but it's something I've come to terms with. It's my life, and that's why I enjoy doing. Pushing myself to the edge and going past the limits and putting myself in dangerous situations, just knowing that I'm bettering myself. That's why kids are wimps these days, because everybody lives in a bubble. You got to get out of that bubble. These kids, when they're born, are trained to play with toys and go to school and play video games and watch movies. You know, kids are not like what they were many years ago, where they would go outside and play and build tree forts and actually, do things that were real. These days, it's all, just BS. Okay, kids, come home from school now and play with your toys and play video games and go to bed at 8 o'clock. Oh, go do your homework. When I was a kid growing up, I played outside all the time. At 14 years old, I would go kayaking and build tree forts in the woods and go ride my bikes in the swamps. I was just a wild, rambunctious, real kid. But these days, all these kids are just wimps. We still got 3 people here and no more comments. Yeah, it's a little humid tonight. The mosquitoes are biting. But yeah, you're not going to believe this. Earlier when I was at the beach, there was this big crab that came walking underneath my vehicle, and it had claws on it, and the crab moved extremely quick, and I'm pretty sure that's typical behavior, but why did it come from my vehicle? It didn't make no sense. I don't know if it climbed on the vehicle or where it went, but I looked one time, it was there, and when I walked to the other side, it was gone, so I don't know where it went. Hopefully the crab just went back into the woods. I mean, I hope it didn't, get run over or anything. But yeah, I hate my neighbors. They don't maintain their property, and it's just a complete pigsty, so I don't even like being home anymore. I just like to roam the roads and go on these 20-mile runs. I'm at the point where I don't even want to sleep anymore. I literally exercise 7 days a week and just don't stop. I think that's what happens when you start to get older. When you exercise, you don't feel pain like you used to, so you naturally have to exercise more to get the same results, and that's probably what's happening because I do it so much. I'm getting used to it, so because of that, I have to do it even more just to achieve what I want. I mean, it's just crazy. 2-mile swim earlier, rode the bike through 3-4 miles of walking and running, and now we're back out here doing another 20-something mile run tonight. I mean, it's just insane. Yeah, we got 3 people watching and 5 thumbs up. But yeah, the government shut down and the national parks have shut down. I tell you, I used to be for Trump. I don't want to get too political here, but yeah, I used to be for Trump. But I'm honestly giving up on him. The fact that he's putting all these tariffs on other countries and making prices of stuff go through the roof, and now we're stuck having to pay for it. There's literally times where I go 20 hours without eating just to get by. I hate it, but things are so freaking expensive these days, it's ridiculous. Had to shut the flea marketing business down permanently because there's no money in. Just go and do little odd jobs here and there, and that's how I get by. What do we got right here? Oh, what do we got right here? What is this thing? Oh, that's just a sign. Okay, that's all that was. It's just a sign. But these cars come by, then I guess I'll end this live stream and I guess start running. Because it's kind of hard to run and hold the camera at the same time. So yeah, once these cars pass, then we'll go. That's gonna be it, 20 miles or so. But yeah, I got an ingrown toenail that keeps coming back, so I'm gonna have to get that removed eventually. I've removed it a couple times by myself, but there's a special chemical that the doctors can put on the area when they remove it to stop it from coming back. But I guess I gotta do that here eventually. God darn. What is wrong with people? Yeah, these are, I can't remember the name of these, but they're like if you're driving and you cross the line, your tires will hit them and your vehicle starts to make noise, and then you're less likely to wreck, because like if you're falling asleep or whatever, you'll hear it, then you'll go back across the line where you belong and everything should be good. Turn the lights on. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to turn it on because it's so bright. I don't want to blind anybody, you know. And I figure I'm walking towards traffic, so they should be able to see me. Then I'm holding my camera, so maybe they'll see the light from that, but oh well. It's starting to rain again, guys. It's starting to rain. I guess the county want to waste water. Does anybody have this problem when it's humid out and you start sweating between your legs? It like gets sticky. Seems like it happens to me sometimes, just from all the sweating. Okay, there's somebody slowing down. I guess they're going up that road right there. Let that car pass, and we're gonna shut this camera off and get out of here. I guess that's it, guys. Like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, and make sure you watch all my videos, and you'll see that when you click on my channel. And please, if you could, share my channel with everybody you know and tell them to share it, so more people are aware of my swimming, so people become educated, and maybe hopefully de-escalate things, because all these 911 calls are getting to be ridiculous. Maybe if the whole world knew it was me, maybe things would just calm down, because I hate turning the camera on. I mean, it just gets to be too much. But we're out of here. Later.